Okay, fourth grade, today you are going to be drawing an elephant and you're going to be learning how to use contour lines to create form. And form is going to show us the three-dimensional shape of the elephant. Out on your tables, I also have an idea sheet, and that idea sheet will help you if you get a little bit lost in the directions to help you catch up or to review what lines you should be drawing. To start with, I would like you to turn your paper portrait style and really small in the corner, write your name in for S. I want you to do this small on the back in case you need to use the back to finish your drawing. We can call this front practice. So now that your paper is portrait style, I'm going to start with step 1, and that is to draw an arch towards the top of my paper. When I am sketching, I always draw light until I get it right. If I make a mistake, I can come back and erase, but if I don't have an eraser right now, I might just have to leave it until the end, and then I can borrow one from my neighbor. Step 2, I am drawing these side arrows to add on places for the eyes. Humans, they have eyes right in the middle. Elephants are a little bit more off to the side. So I'm drawing these small arrows off to the side for the space where the eyes will go. Step 3, I'm drawing a longer arrow, and that's where the tusk would grow out of for the elephant's face. So a longer arrow below that small arrow for the eyes. Sometimes it can be tricky to draw things on both sides, symmetrical or the same. Just do your best. If it's really not working out, you can call this side practice and try it again on the back. You have that back side. All right, step 4. I am going to be drawing the tusk for the elephant. Now look on your idea sheet. Do you notice how the paper ends here? Sometimes your tusk might be cropped out of the picture. It might be hanging off the edge. And that's okay because that's where the viewer has to imagine what the rest of the tusk looks like. Or, if you're like mine right now, it might just fit on barely. So either way is fine. Step 6. I'm doing a little bit more cropping because the long nose of the elephant will not fit on my page. It's going to hang off the page a little bit. So my nose is kind of like a long line starting here and going down to the middle, starting here and going down to the middle. Last step on my idea sheet, I'm going to draw the ears. The ears are really big. They're going to be cropped out too. To start the ears, I go down the valley and up the mountain. Down the valley and up the mountain. Now I notice on my ears and even on the how to draw sheet that there is an inside part to an ear and an outside part to an ear. To draw the inside and the outside, I'm just going to repeat that line that I drew at the top. And for the bottom part of the ear, we are also showing a little bit of space. There's a little bit of overlapping. The ear is behind the tusk. So my line will skip over the tusk, skip over the tusk to show overlap. The ear is behind the tusk. Now my last thing to draw with pencil is the eyes. When I draw the eyes, I draw a big oval, and a semicircle. If you know how to draw eyes a different way and you would like to do that, you may. Now I'm ready for Sharpie. Over at the drive-thru are some Sharpies. I'm going to Sharpie all of my pencil lines. I'm going to do my best to trace them exactly, but if for some reason I miss a spot, I can come back and erase. I might have to wait though until my neighbor is done with the eraser. I might have to wait until I've done all of the sharpening to use the eraser, and that's okay. It will be there. I'm going to do all of these outlines with Sharpie. contour lines. The contour lines show the form of that elephant. His head is round. To show that, I'm going to add a contour line, and that line mimics or follows that line at the top. Right here would be a really dramatic curve to go around the eye, so I'm going to draw these little contour lines to match that shape or form. I will draw contour lines across my whole elephant. Now they kind of look like stripes, but we know that they are contour lines. They're showing us that the elephant is 3D. Right here the ear is curving around. I can feel that on my own ear. It's almost round. So I'm going to draw a really dramatic arch to show that that part is round on the elephant. When I draw with Sharpie, I always draw in pencil first because Sharpie is permanent. I cannot go back and erase if I make a mistake. So now that all my Sharpie lines are drawn with pencil first, I can come back and trace them again with Sharpie. Now before I start to add color to have good craftsmanship, I need to go back and erase any pencil lines that I might have missed with my Sharpie, and that happens sometimes, but I want to make sure that I have great craftsmanship and everything that I do with this project, so I'm going to go back and take care of those lines. Now you might not have an eraser on your pencil. You might have to take turns with your neighbor so that you can share an eraser. Now I'm ready for color. So at your table spot, there are some color idea sheets. And these color idea sheets talk about the psychology or the meaning of a color. A lot of times when we think about colors or when we use colors, we use them to show or message to people certain things. So I'm going to choose purple, and purple combines the stability of blue and the energy of red. Purple is associated with royalty. It symbolizes power, nobility, luxury, and ambition. It conveys wealth and extravagance. Purple is associated with wisdom, dignity, independence, creativity, mystery, and magic. Purple, that sounds like a good color for me. So what I'm going to do is use my oil pastel, and I am going to outline, almost like a sandwich, on either side of my black Sharpie lines, a oil pastel line. Do you have to choose purple? No, you can choose a different color, but you need to choose a color in oil pastel and outline each side of the line. Why we are adding oil pastel is so that I can create a sense of value, light and dark, of my one color. To do that, I'm going to come back and with one finger, I will go and smudge my oil pastel into that white space. That creates a sense of value. I have light purple, medium purple, and dark purple. Now if I miss a little spot and I would like it to be a little bit darker, I can go back and layer some more oil pastel in and smudge with one finger. This will take you a little bit while, fourth graders, so don't rush. Do a nice job with your craftsmanship to have that value show with your oil pastel, and that will help your contour lines look even more 3D. You will go through and with all of your Sharpie lines, add value. Now make sure if there's some white spots next to a Sharpie line that you go back and fix those to have good craftsmanship. That's it. I can't wait to see what you create.